Hey Maverick Hunters, Zero here. In this video, we're going to take a look at Fuse. He's been out for a little over a week now. I want to dive into his abilities, what he's good at, what he's not so good at, and who he synergizes with the most. Before we get started, let's go ahead and take a look at his abilities in the Legends roster. Alright Maverick Hunters, here we are on Fuse's kit. Let's do a quick once over before we jump into the training area here. His passive is Grenadier, second extra grenade per inventory slot, fire grenades farther, faster, more accurately. That sounds like a lot of fun. His tactical is the old knuckle cluster. Launch a cluster bomb that continuously expels airburst explosives on impact. And the ultimate for him is the motherload. Launch a bombardment that encircles the target in a wall of flame, as we like to call it here in the chamber, the old ring of fire. So, now that we know his abilities, let's jump into the training area. Okay, Maverick Hunters, here we are in the training area on Fuse. First, we're going to look at his passive, Grenadier. It lets him carry more grenades, throw them farther, and throw them faster. So, we're going to pick Fuse here. First, we're going to look at our inventory. We're going to notice that he can stack 2 grenades per type per inventory slot, which is great. So he can carry twice as many grenades as the average player, or the average player that I would suggest if you took a look at my inventory guide. So, let's take a look and see what these bad boys can do. First, going to throw the thermite, see how far we get behind cover here. There's a team over there hiding. Boom, we're burning them out. There's a team over here, but we're kind of dropped back, supporting our team from behind. Let's see, there's a team all the way up. You're at artillery, and there's a team all the way up there. You just want to get their grenade to go off. Nailed it. Also, good thing about the grenades is they cook when they leave. So we launch them up in the air. Because of the distance, they can explode before they hit the ground. So you can really mess people up at high distances that are above you. Lastly, we have the Arc Stars here. The Arc Stars are probably the best grenade type to use with Fuse. Because the speed at which they fly through the air, also that they stick and stun, right? I mean, it's all around probably the best grenade in the game. So you could just see someone and just click, and really you're just shooting. You just click them, and they're running, they're panicking, they're stuck, and then they get knocked. It's really good stuff. So I highly recommend, if you can help it, pick up as many Arc Stars as you can, and just go full Genji on people. You know, just Genji people. You know, Horizon's up in her queue, floating above you. Just Genji here, like in the trailer. It's great. I recommend it. Next, we're going to look at his tactical ability, which is the old knuckle cluster. Launch a bomb. So, this is designed to do a few things here. His tactical is great. It's on a 25-second cooldown as of this video. And the knuckle cluster can break down doors. Unfortunately, there are no doors in the training area, but it is the best of all the 3 grenades. What I mean is that the knuckle cluster does a damage over time effect like a thermite. It throws much like a regular grenade does, and it sticks like an arc star. So you're sticking a burning grenade on someone's body. So he loads it up, launches it, and it does 50 damage over about 5 seconds. Okay? So, because it sticks, you can stick it to a wall. Obviously, you stick it to a person, stick it to a door. Anyone camping in that door will take damage and not want to be in the air anymore. It forces people to back up off the door so you can push in and handle business, which is fantastic. We're going to try that again. Again, we're going to hit the Q, load it up. It sticks, does 10 damage, and then does another 40 damage over 4 to 5 seconds. Fantastic. The last thing the knuckle cluster does to the opponent, or to the target, is that it disorients them. Their whole screen lights up like a Christmas tree. Not exactly as bad as blurred vision or being stunned, but it still can be disorienting receiving a knuckle cluster to the face. So here we are on board Caustic, facing the enemy Fuse, and this is what it looks like when Fuse sticks the enemy with a knuckle cluster. They take the initial hit of 10, and the disorientation concussion effects shakes the screen, and they end up taking 50 damage. Last, we're going to do the mother load here. I'm pretty sure they wanted to call this thing the Moab, mother of all bombs, but instead they just called it the mother load, which is fine, you know. So we're gonna rock up over here. So his ultimate is a great zoning tool. It is not necessarily designed to do direct damage, such as a Gibraltar ult, a Caustic ult, perhaps even a Bangalore ult. This ult is meant to trap enemies in a tight circle to prevent them from escaping. If they do escape, they take a lot of damage. I believe the damage is 70 for just crossing the ring. So we're gonna open up our ult here. You're gonna notice the distance on this thing is quite impressive. We have a little UI to the right in order to show us where we will be shooting our mother load. Gady. And yeah, we can shoot this thing anywhere. So what I'm going to do, just for demonstration purposes, is just shoot it down here so you can see what this thing looks like. It goes in the midair, it explodes, and we have, you know, pretty perfect ring of fire here that traps the opponent. You kind of see where this is going. So Fuse can trap them and bomb them by himself from a decent distance here. Let's get our ult back. So we're gonna get our ult back here. Pick up a few nades, right? So you want to give Fuse some weapons that are good at the mid to long range. Fuse can sit back, activate his ult, and now we're here and launching, immediately just preventing people from escaping, which is very strong, very powerful. It prevents rotations, it prevents escapes. Even if a third party is pushing you, Fuse can just turn around and stop that from happening, which is fantastic. So now that we know what Fuse does, let's see who he combos with. All right, Maverick Hunters, so our first example here is a duos team of Gibraltar and Fuse. I had a lot of fun doing this yesterday off stream by playing Fuse with Gibraltar, which is really great. You can catch a team off guard, third party. It's all simple. It's just 2 buttons. All you have to do, activate your ult, trap that third party in the center, and then you just tell your Gibraltar to launch his ult. And they're just dead. They're not going anywhere. They're trapped. They're all just dead. I recommend playing Fuse with Gibraltar. That is an A+ team. Here you're on Fuse and Bangalore. Much like Gibraltar, you're going to come out with similar effects. The only difference is Bangalore's ult covers a large area. So while we're on Fuse and Bangalore, let's say we have a team that's trying to escape. Well, Bangalore can just throw her ult and stop them from coming in, while Fuse prevents the rotation from far. So now they have a choice. They can run forward through the fire, up the middle. It gets slowed, and you can probably make a good rotation off the side. I'd say the Gibraltar and the Fuse combination is a lot better, but nonetheless, having a Bangalore just smoke them in there so they can't see, nade them, confuse them, distract them. This is another A+ combo that I highly recommend in a duos or trio situation. And for my last highly recommended duo, we have Fuse and Caustic. Now, when I play Caustic, my teammate the Fuse, I love this combo so much because the Ring of Fire keeps them in, the gas kills them, and just locks them in place. They're going nowhere. Me, Numa, and Ivy were successful and able to take down an entire squad in a matter of seconds with this simple combo. So you have to rely on your Fuse player to get the ult right. Fuse just launches the ult up, the Ring of Fire goes out, and they're going nowhere. They're gassed. They're dead. GG, no re-re. That's it. In my opinion, this is the second best combo, only to Gibraltar. And again, I highly recommend Caustic and Fuse high-fiving each other through the ranks and racking up the kills. And lastly, we have the obvious direct counter to Fuse, which is Watson. The Watson ult eats all incoming artillery and grenades, and that's all Fuse likes to do is throw grenades. It doesn't matter if we throw his ult, it gets 8, or we try to drop the motherload on her, it just destroys it. So if you see a lot of Fuses running around or on your server, everyone's playing the new guy, go ahead, drop Watson a love. Let her pick us up to accelerators to just stop Fuse from even having a kit. I mean, his entire kit is pretty much null and void when a Watson is on the enemy team. It also makes him a non-bow. So a Watson and a Fuse combo, not really a combo. Don't recommend. Don't do that.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, Maverick Hunters, so that's going to conclude the Fuse video. If you like the video, give it a like. If you think I can do a better job, it's okay. You can hit the dislike button. I appreciate a sub. You drop one for more content. Now, with that being said, Fuse, what do I think about him? I think Fuse is great. I don't think he's the best, but I definitely think he's good. Fuse is great at breaching into campers' homes, breaking down doors, and disrupting the camper playstyle. At close quarters, though, he's kind of left to the guns he brought to the fight. He doesn't really have anything in his kit to protect him at close quarters. So it seems to me that he'd rather sit back about mid-range and pluck people off with a 30-30 repeater while also lobbing grenades and using the mother load to trap the enemy in there. The knuckle cluster, while being able to be used at close range, and of course the intention is that you use it at close range, the time it takes to load the knuckle cluster into your arm and fire it takes too long against a close enemy that has a Mastiff or an R99. They'll easily take you down quickly. So I think that Fuse is B tier, about B tier. He's not going to get picked like Wraith or Horizon or Bloodhound or Pathfinder, but he's just good enough to bring along in the team based off your team composition to really ruin a meta comp team's day. So in a tournament situation, while the meta might be, say, Caustic, Wraith, and maybe Pathfinder, you could bring along a Fuse, a Gibraltar, and maybe a Lifeline and still get the job done pretty effectively. So that's it for the video. I've been Zero, you guys are Maverick Hunters. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. To see more guides of gameplay, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And don't forget, you can catch me live on Twitch by following the link in the description. I've been Zero, and you guys are the Maverick Hunters, and I'll see you all next time.